Oh man, that's so good. Woo. I'm on that pineapple passion fruit kombucha, trying to get those probiotics in, trying to get the gut healthy. So if you haven't had kombucha before, you better get on that. What's up YouTube, Marcus here. Welcome back to another Lightroom edit. This is the last Lightroom edit for Germany. We're headed to Trier. Last week we were in, where were we? Oh yeah, last week we were in why can't I say this word? Hüttingen an der Kyll, Germany. This week we're headed to Trier, Germany. So with that being said, let's dive into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into Lightroom right now. We have 4 photos, but I want to show you all the photos that I took in Trier, which is not that many, so let's go ahead and get into it. So this right here, I'm inside the Porta Nigra gate, which was built by the Romans. So this is what it looks like inside. This is a view from inside the Porta Nigra of Trier. And then another view of just the city. And this is a photo of my buddy Nick. Like I said before, we always traveled around in Germany together, so we decided to go to Trier this particular day. So here's a photo of his head. And this was, I'm gonna edit this photo. This is the one I want to edit, but this is just like the main area right in front of the gate. You have like all these like street vendors and stores, food, all this kind of stuff. And I don't know, I just like this photo because, I don't know, I'm just a fan of Germany's architecture. I think it looks awesome. I'm just digging it. It looks cool to me. And here's another view from up top of the Porta Nigra. Another picture from inside, more pictures from inside. And here is a sign that says stop and smile. Theater show. Passage free in a few minutes. So I'm not sure what that's about, but I'm guessing there's a theater show that I never saw. But if you go, definitely go check that out. As you can see, it's just always, like when I was there, it was always cold and dark and gloomy. If you look in the back over here, you can see, like, look at all that fog. I'm telling you, the fog was no joke. Like when I had to go to the airport at 3, 4 in the morning, it was foggy and I could not see. I know I said that before, but it was terrifying. And here's just some more photos of the streets. This is kind of a cool photo. It's kind of like it looks like a little courtyard or something that's attached to the gate. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. This is just a super grainy photo that I'm not going to use for anything, but has some kind of writing on there that I don't know what it means. And yes, and here is the actual Porta Nigra gate built by the Romans. Pretty cool. I'm not sure if it was free of entry or not, but I'm sure it was cheap. And it's definitely like the main attraction there, but we'll get into that later after we edit this photo. So I'm gonna go ahead and import those 4. And develop. And let's get into it. So I don't think I want to do any kind of preset on here. I just want to start from scratch and just see what happens. So first thing I'm gonna do, like I always do, is crop it. So let's do that. I'm gonna hit auto, and it really didn't do much, but I kind of just base it off of the background there. You can see the mountains, and that looks pretty straight to me. So I'm gonna click OK, and it's looking a little dark. Actually, first, white balance. I hit this little dropper, and I try to find something that's white, and look, it just changed it immediately. Look at the difference. But I want it to be cooler because it was cold when I was there, so I'm gonna drag this down a little bit to probably like right right there seems good to me. I don't even know if it changed anything, but that's all right. Then I'm gonna bump up the exposure, hit it with a little bit of contrast, spice it up a little bit. Highlights. I'm actually going to bump up the highlights and the shadows a little bit. Blacks, I'm just gonna keep the blacks the same. Let's see. I'll bump up the texture and clarity just a little bit. Just give it some more detail. See what the vibrance does. I might put that up a little bit and bring that down a little bit, because I usually mess with the colors at the bottom with the calibration tab, which is down here. So we'll mess with that in a second. Tone curves, I always do that little S, and then I'm gonna just put a little fade on there. So here's the before and the after. You can just see the difference. It's kind of insane. I feel like it's a little bit too dark, so I'm gonna bring that up a little bit, and then already look at the before and after. It's incredible. Wow. You know, it's all personal preference though. You know, some people want it to be darker, some want it to be brighter. For me, it really just depends on the day. My style of editing just changes from like super dark to bright and maybe some oranges and blues. Like, it all depends on what I'm feeling. So, all right, so here we are at the color section, the HSL. I'm a big fan of bringing out the oranges and reds, like on here, down here, probably over here. So I'm gonna bring those up, and probably the yellows as well. I don't really want the blues that much, so I'm gonna bring that down. Look at that purple right there, that's crazy. I like that. Oh, I don't know if there's always lights. It looks like me and Nick went maybe, no, I don't know. We did not go during Christmas. Or did we? I was back then. You know what? Me and Nick maybe went to Trier during Christmas time. So, and that's another thing. If you go to Germany, you go during the winter and Christmas time, they have like the best Christmas markets. So definitely go during Christmas time. Okay, so here we are at the calibration section. This is where you can really mess with the colors and like manipulate it even further than before in the HSL color section. So you can mess with the shadows, make it more green or purple. I'm going to just make it a little bit more on the purple side. You got the red primaries, so if you drag it to the left and then bump this up, you can see how it changes the reds. But if you leave it in the middle, I'm just trying to show you like all the things you can do with color. Greens, see the difference? This is where people can do that teal and orange type of look. Alright, so I think I'm pretty much done with the photo. Let's go ahead and take a look at the before and after. Double L, that black. Here's the before, backslash, here's the after. That's a huge difference. That's major. And I love the way it looks. This is, I don't know, there's just like, this photo looks just blue and It looks dull to me, and then boom, popped. Houses are popping out. People in the streets are popping out. Colors are popping out. I love it. Yeah, I'm digging this photo. Yeah, so you got all these, look at this. You got all these shops and cafes. You got so much stuff to do down here, and this is just the beginning. You got all this other stuff back here. There's so much to do here. You definitely need to check out Trier. But anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and look at some things to do there. All right, so I'm on Google right now. Let's look at some of the top things to do in Trier, Germany. So first things first, you have the Porta Nigra, which is what I showed you earlier. It's the Roman gate. Right here it says a towering stone Roman gate. Let's see when it was built. We do not know. Oh, 170 AD. Like I said, Germany has awesome architecture. They got a lot of history. Pretty much all of Europe has history. Like so much Roman history, all that. Look, right here, Trier. This is what Google's saying about Trier. City in Germany's Moselle wine region, known as the birthplace of Karl Marx and for its Roman ruins. So there you go. Another thing you can go see is Trier St. Peter's Cathedral. If you're into cathedrals, definitely go check that out. Here's some photos. Kind of blurry, but that's okay. Roman Catholic Church. You got the Aula Palatina, the Emperor Constantine's throne hall. You got the Karl Marx House, Museum of Karl Marx's life and work. Wow, I did not know that. This is actually news to me. I'm reading here, in 1818, Karl Marx, the father of modern socialism and communism. That's, wow, okay. Was born in the house. So Karl Marx was born in Trier, Germany, from there, and this is the house. If you want to go check that out, go ahead and do that. So really, if you're into architecture and history, this city, you're really gonna like this city. So right here you have the Trier Amphitheater. Looks pretty small, but you know, still go check it out. This thing, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. That's a negative for me. Gothic church. This looks like, oh yeah, okay, so this is the square. So from the top of the Porta Nigra, looking down, it's called the, I don't know how to say that, but it's the Trier Market. It's the medieval square with market stalls. So that's cool. So that's what it's called. For those of you like stationed in Germany, if you're in Spangdahlem, you're right here. Trier's right there. It's probably maybe like an hour drive, I'm not sure. It's probably not that far. And if you're in Ramstein, you're somewhere south and you just have to go up north. It's probably the same distance, but definitely go check that out. Again, there's so much to do there, so much history. Enjoy it. Germany is an awesome place to go visit, awesome place to live. But with that being said, I'll throw up the Germany flag. Had to get this, represent my time there. I also got a tattoo right here of some trees. Got the tattoo of the trees in memory of my time in Germany because I absolutely loved it. Such a beautiful country. People are nice. So much history, so many things to do. But with that, that's going to be it. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. And I hope you visit Germany one day. So until next time, peace.